Diversity at East. It's, well, something at least, because in every school there's obviously diversity. Just in Shawnee Mission East, there's just less. A lot less. But this diversity at our school can and already did cause some major issues at East. I sat down and interviewed with some of the POC at our school to hear what they have to say about their experience at Shawnee Mission East.
So, as a person of color at East, I think it's kind of like, I don't know, do you know the term like code switching? It's sort of like that, where you can't really be your full authentic self, or like people will judge you, I guess. So, like, at least like as a kid, like at least middle school and then like ninth grade, like talking about cultural stuff was really weird. And then if I was like, oh, I'm bilingual, and then people were like, oh, could you speak in your language? It felt like wrong to kind of like show that other side of me at East because it felt like I had to like act like everyone else.
It's like brought up so much with my friends that I am darker than them, and they almost treat it as if it's like a funny like joke or something. So I don't know. It's weird. They think it's like, I don't know. They almost take it as a joke. I don't even consider myself like that brown, but like all the kids that like all my friends are like, oh yeah, Sophia's Mexican, and I'm like, okay, like I don't know what it has to do with like my everyday life, but
With my friends, it's not really hard to be like outcasted because they know me as a person. But then like a lot of people are like really weird about things. Like I remember once, like I don't know, they just make insensitive jokes and it's not really funny. Or they'll like, it's not even like fully racist, but they'll like make like sneer comments or something like that. And you can't really be like, you can't really call them out, or else you'll be judged for it because you're supposed to just go along with it. So
The thing is, we really can't just magically add more POC to our school. It really doesn't work that way. Because, well, in the past, East students have caused an issue with a POC. It made him feel as if he was just totally not even welcome. So, a big contributor for what the Diversity and Inclusion Club was is him.
My name is David Muhammad. I'm a school teacher. I teach at Kansas City Girls Prep. As an enrichment teacher, my subject of focus is martial arts. So in the evenings, I help run a martial arts school with my father. Here in Kansas City, I've been doing that my whole life. And then outside of that, I'm also, I guess I'd say I'm a musician and father.
Mr. Muhammad is someone definitely recognizable on this channel if you've seen this video, and obviously in this video with him. Because by far, he's one of the most influential teachers who have worked at East. And here, Mr. Muhammad talks about how the Diversity and Inclusion Club initially started.
Yeah, so before I was a part of the Diversity and Inclusion Club, there was really a fairly organic group of students that I helped put together. I reached out to the Black students at the school to just meet and have casual gatherings to talk about some of the issues that they were facing. I recognized that at that time there was like 26 Black students in the entire school, and many of them did not know each other, and many of them, from what I could see, were dealing with some of the same microaggressions and biases, but they had no place to like vent or get advice from either myself or their peers. So they either come to me like in passing or I'd see it. And so I just started getting them together during seminars. And it was very, like I said, organic. And then from that, we started doing responses to issues. And so like the first few meetings were just like really us just venting and being like, oh yeah, you went through that too. And then it was a matter of, well, we can't just complain and not do anything about it, or else we're just wasting time. And so then we started like doing joint responses to certain issues that were coming up. And that led to a social media campaign, which was called I2ME. So it was a hashtag we created that was inspired by some Black students at Harvard. And it spread pretty well. It got a lot of attention, and it got into the KC Star and on TV and stuff like that, a few news channels. The Harbinger did a story about, is East racist? And that story caught the winds of Johnson County Library, and that's what led to us getting involved in the Race Project. And by that point, there was a lot more interest within the school from students, not just Black students. And so we started opening up the meetings to Hispanic Latino students and even white students who wanted to be engaged. And that's really just what took it off. It was once the Johnson County libraries picked it up and the newspapers and stuff picked it up, then there was parent outreach, and some of it was positive, some of it was negative. Some people were very anti what we were doing, but that's how it started. It really just started with me initially reaching out to Black students, and then it just grew from there. Once we got involved with Race Project, that's when Ms. Feinberg got involved with us, and we started trying to get a diverse representation of East to be involved with that whole campaign.
Currently at the moment, Mrs. Feinberg and Ms. Jackson are both co-sponsors of Race Project and hope to promote diversity and plus awareness of racism at East. But it's not like we'll always be perfect. We will still have our issues from those at East who are ignorant or just don't care. But I'm staying hopeful for East, and so should you.